Promise. I was good all night.
Were
Not
you good
me.
all night?
I was fantastic. See, that's the thing. You host the party. You have to clean up the next day while you're already not feeling well. That is not the best part.
Or you can do it literally at the end, like right before you go to bed. I tend to do that because in the morning, then you don't have as much to clean up. Like, you at least get all the cups and everything taken care of, put everything in the sink or something like that. And then all you got to do is wipe the counters and stuff in the morning.
Okay, that's not bad.
I've got my method down, girl.
With the energy. That's a good idea.
Well, for this morning, since Joshua's not here on the show, I decided I'm going to take over the morning shower thoughts today.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
I had a couple to swing by. Hopefully they're better than his. Because Joshua's sometimes are really bad, but I feel like mine are just like on the same level as him. So let's see how it goes. The first one, babysitting is a way for teenagers to feel like adults while adults go out to feel like teenagers. Like they go out to the bars.
I really don't think the motivation for teens to babysit, though, is to feel like an adult. I feel as though it is the money. It's really not to hang out with kids.
Well,
Yeah.
when I was younger, though, I definitely see that. Like, I know I wanted to be a babysitter when I was, like, 12, and my mom's like, you're too young. So I would be, like, a mommy's helper.
Yeah, I did that too.
Because, I don't know, I thought it was fun, and I felt like I had power, you know?
Yeah, I was really a really bad babysitter. I mean, camp counselor is totally different. Like,
Yeah.
that is really fun, and I can do that. But babysitting, there's, like, no activities planned, and you have to come up with the activities yourself. Nah.
My sister used to babysit all the time, and then she would just basically like leave them with me, and then she would just do it. Like, you know what I mean?
Gosh, yeah.
Yeah. I've never babysat for like actual cash, but
Yeah, see, I've only did it for my my nephew, so I never did
That's
it for
a little
cash.
different. Family is different.
Yeah, it's a little bit
definitely
different. The next one that I have, the G is silent in sign, but not silent in signature. Think about it that way. It's sign.
a
We don't say the
signature.
G.
That's the American
But
language in
signature.
general. None of it makes sense to me. I've been studying it my whole life, and I still don't get it.
I just love the fact that there's somebody who figured that out. Probably thinks it's a lot bigger of a deal than it actually is. They're like, oh my god.
See, Reddit is a curious place, man.
Yeah.
People on Reddit, they will take the time to do stuff. They have a Reddit for writing prompts for like writing assignments.
Really?
So they have like an hour to do it, and they write a whole like paper. on
There's a
Reddit.
subreddit
For
for
fun?
everything.
Yeah, for fun.
Oh gosh, I really feel bad for people that have to learn English as a second language because
Yes.
how do you explain? Okay, sometimes the C and the S make the same sound, but sometimes the C and the K make the same sound. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But
No,
sometimes they
it's
don't.
Horrible.
So
Exactly.
Yeah.
they're still separate letters.
It's the worst language to learn.
Yeah, it's one of the hardest to learn by far. The third one I have is nothing is on fire. Fire is on things. So when something's saying it's on fire, it's not on fire. It's something.
You're
If
so
the thing
right.
is on fire, but I don't know. It's really hard to
That's
explain.
true. No, that's funny. You get that.
That's yeah. Gosh, these are
That's a good
interesting
point.
thought process.
I guess I'm doing better than
Blowing my
Josh's.
mind.
The last one I have is when you say forward or backward, your lips move in that direction. So if you
What?
say forward,
Forward?
backward, your lips move in that direction.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Forward.
I don't understand what
dude.
you're
Everything's-
saying.
So say if you say forward, everything is at like the front of your mouth. You say, you know, you make the forward.
Yeah.
You know, like the D's like forward,
Yeah.
but backward.
No.
it goes
This is all
backwards.
psychological because you're saying the B with your lips. That's at the very front of your mouth. The forward is actually in the back of your mouth with the teeth sounding. This is all psychological. I don't believe it. I'm done.
I believe it, and I think it's
Well,
genius.
she got one debunked. And that is the morning shower thoughts with Howie C. this
Nicely
week. Did you like
done,
it?
Howie.
You might have a better shower
Yeah.
than Josh. It proves it.
So literally everything you just said kind of blew my mind a little bit,
Yeah.
and I've been having my mind blown for the past 5 days. I literally just got back from a conference last night from West Palm Beach, Florida. Have you guys ever heard of Tony Robbins?
No.
I had not either before I went. My dad sent me to go because he said it would change my life, and it did. I walked on hot coals the first night. And, like, have you guys ever met someone who's done that?
You
What
mean
were
like
they
literally?
feeding
Literally
you?
I've only
hot
seen them in
coals.
movies, but I've
Like,
never.
in Hawaii or in Fiji, like firewalkers.
Wow.
I did that.
What
on the
were
first
they
night of the
giving you to
conference.
drink?
Well, okay, so the whole conference is pretty much about learning how to be in a beautiful state of mind, always having positive thoughts, and how you're the one in control of your past, your future, and your present. And it was really powerful. And I like the first day to start with walking on fire is pretty much what we would say, but it's technically hot coals. It's all in your mind. And so what you do is you get in this beautiful mindset and you think of like one of the most grateful things you had in your life. And you do a lot of meditation and other things to like trigger that emotion from that experience that you had. And so when I was doing it, I had this, I was imagining the day I met my family for the first time because I'm adopted. And I met them about 4 years ago. So I remember opening the door, and I mean, I was bawling my eyes out at first when I started thinking of it. But he had you like, what do you say this when you clench your like fist?
Just like for the pain, right?
No,
Or...
for the happiness. Like,
oh, that's like the opposite.
The emotion that I was feeling, I would like squeeze my hand and remember the like happiness and the emotion I felt in that moment. And we did it a few times, and then there was all these other methods, but it was like, you know, you get in this beautiful state of mind where you're thinking of nothing but happy thoughts, and you have so much power that you can walk on hot coals and your body literally won't burn because your mindset is somewhere else completely. It's amazing how it works. Like the scientific research that Tony Robbins has, that he uses with all his methods in his conferences, are insane.
Huh.
And I just thought that was so powerful. So y'all are looking at me like I'm
That's
crazy, and that's exactly what I was thinking the first day.
Yeah.
But I think it's really cool, and I think if everyone, there were 64 countries that were represented there, and there was 10,000 people, and the conference was sold out.
10,000 people at one conference?
Were they all walking on fire?
Almost every single person walked on coals. There were people who, you know, were like, this is stupid, I'm going home. But I think by the end of the conferences, people felt stupid because, A, you're wasting your money, because the whole point is like trying to experience everything. But I think that proved more to myself than anything, and I was able to experience the entire conference differently because of it.
Right.
You know, because I was able to prove to myself that you could be in a state of mind where you can walk on hot coals.
I don't know if I would ever do that. Honestly, like no matter how many degrees this guy might have in science, I would still look at him like, you're crazy. What next? You want me to fly to Neverland? Like, okay, bye.
Like, hello, I would love to do that.
I don't know if I had that opportunity. I don't know if I would take it. Was he a normal guy, or did he look a little crazy?
He definitely is not normal. No, this guy is not human.
It's when you realize that things aren't on fire, but the fire's on you. That's when you start.
Yes.
That reminds me of Talladega Nights. Ricky Bobby was on fire. It's like, I'm on fire, Ricky Bobby.
yeah. Help me, Oprah.
I just think it proved to me like how powerful your mind is, and how powerful like your thoughts can be, and how you can control the reaction your body has to physical things.
That's scary, and I don't want to think about it. But what I do want to think about is what's coming up here on the morning app soon in just a little bit. But right now, we have Taylor Ann's song of choice for you on this Monday morning. on 90.5 WASU and WASUradio.com.
Good morning and welcome back to the morning show. We have been talking about how it's Monday and everyone seems to keep forgetting about it because we all are so thrown off with the dynamic because it's just so different and new, and I'm excited about it. I'm having fun.
I don't keep forgetting it's a Monday. I keep being reminded it's a Monday.
It doesn't feel like a Monday. This weekend did not feel like an actual weekend in itself. So
No, I worked on
didn't.
Saturday, so I feel as though I didn't have a weekend. I worked on a shoot for one of my classes, and so I just had one day this weekend, and then I spent half of it sleeping. So I don't think I had a weekend. I think I deserve 2 more days.
Thanksgiving break is coming soon.
Next week.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
I'm so excited
What?
for it.
That dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Literally next Tuesday after class. Bye, Felicia.
We're out.
Wow. Why did I think it was like 4 weeks? I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
That's-
did too. The holidays,
It feels
they
like forever.
sneak up on
They
you.
do.
It's a good thing, though. I think we all need a break at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely do. But
That's
with the
awesome.
holidays coming around the corner, have you guys thought? I know it's still before Thanksgiving, okay? I am fully aware. But that does not mean I have not listened to Mariah Carey on repeat, okay?
Yeah.
All I Want for Christmas is
Have you really?
7 times straight every day.
No, I don't. I've been listening to. Have you ever heard Snoop Dogg's Christmas album?
Shut up.
It exists.
Oh my.
You know, like do you know the intro to the Christmas song? It's like it's got like the na na. It's like super pretty, but he like samples it and it's like, and he's like, yo, it's Christmas, and it's like it's so great. I love it so much.
I
just
have
Definitely listen to
goosebumps
it.
just thinking about Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg's
Christmas
awesome,
carols.
so he's awesome.
It's Christmas time, yo.
Have to listen to that. I'm so excited now. But I have started my holiday shopping. I don't know if you guys have.
Oh, God.
But that's one of my absolute favorite parts about Christmas is buying gifts and like putting a lot of thought into these
Yeah.
gifts for my parents and my brother, my boyfriend, everything like that. I love giving gifts. So
I do too.
I've started making lists, holiday shopping, budgeting.
You're so ahead of it, girl. You're making me panic.
Yeah, I don't get this way about my homework, though. Trust me. Like, this is just for Christmas. But interesting enough, I read a poll that said 60% of Americans say that they would be willing to give up gift giving completely this year just to spend more time with their family. They say that we don't get enough time off. If you're, if you're at a corporate job or whatever, you probably have 2 weeks off or something like that. But if you are in retail, good luck. You're not getting the holidays off at all.
Oh, no.
And so it's like a lot of people, sadly, are in these entry-level jobs or retail jobs or, just jobs to get by, and they're not getting enough time with their family that they deserve. I mean, what shops are opening up Thanksgiving night, not at Black Friday morning anymore. It starts at 6 p.m. on Thanksgiving. It's like, that is dinner time.
Also,
on the dinner holiday.
Like, I used to work at a monogram shop. I used to spend the night in the mall just to get jobs done so we could get more jobs in because we had such a demand for Christmas gifts. I would be spending like 8 hours overnight, would be sleeping during the day, wouldn't see my family. Like, it was horrible. People forget that what they get, other people had to work to get for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially with something personalized such as that.
Yeah, it made me very thankful to not be working there anymore.
That's kind of bittersweet too, because it's like, one, it's sad that people are in that situation, but it's also really cool to know that a lot of these people would give all that up just to spend quality time with their family. Because I think time to me is a gift, like if you can spend time with somebody, to me that's like a really big thing. Just like quality time with somebody is just as great as like a great dinner or a gift or anything like that. So
Well, I think that also shows how we've also forgotten the meaning of Christmas.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
like,
holidays in general, Thanksgiving
exactly.
too.
Like
and-
holidays in general, I feel like we've made it so much about the food or the gifts or the materialistic part about it, and
Yeah.
forgotten that it's about giving thanks to what we have, giving thanks for our family, or just celebrating time with our family, and just remembering the true meaning of the holiday itself. And it's just kind of sad. I remember when I was working in retail, I would get so disgusted by humanity because of how badly people would treat you.
Oh my goodness,
You know?
yes. I mean, I went Black Friday shopping once, and their true colors shine. Let me tell you,
Yeah.
people can be so ruthless.
But and what? For what?
Yeah.
TV?
Yeah.
Like, it.
Yeah.
Howie's like,
Hey, I've been there, all right?
I-
Okay, here's the story. I'll do a short story. So I was getting a TV, the one that I have in my apartment now. We were looking for one at Black Friday, didn't find it anywhere. Then we looked in the deli section, and somebody left the TV there. And
To hide it?
We waited.
Yeah,
we waited
I
for like 5 minutes, and then it come back. So we were like, snag! Took the TV and bought it, and yeah,
Oof.
ruthless.
Yeah.
It's savage.
Savage. I got that
Savagery.
TV. But no, you're right. Totally like when these holidays come up, basically we forget about what the meaning is. We forget about spending time with people. When I spend time with my friends, spend time with my family, and the gifts are always there, and they can always be for anything. You can give somebody a gift anytime. So
Yeah.
I kind of like that 60% of people are not doing that this year. Or
So
against it.
would you guys give up gift giving? You can't give gifts, you can't receive gifts
hands
just
down.
for time off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
easily.
I would if it was a unanimous decision.
Yeah.
Because if people were to give me gifts, I would feel horrible.
Right.
about
You
giving
do,
them
yeah.
something back,
You
That's so
really do.
true.
It's when your boss
So-
gives you something, you're like, oh, this is awkward. I really did not know.
Yeah,
we were
it's like one of those
exchanging."
things where, like, in high school or whatever, like, there'd be those kids who give everybody gifts, and you're like, so do I need to get them something?
Yeah.
Like, do I need to write a little note card?
Yeah. I think, honestly, too, if you could save that money and go do holiday activities with your family. So go take your family ice
Yes.
skating. That'd be so fun, or just something like that. Just spend that money on time, Go
Exactly.
downtown, go get something,
Creating memories that you
Yeah.
can't, like, buy. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's
That's
yeah.
what the break's for.
Yeah.
That's what the break's for. It's also for
Ultimately.
sleeping, too.
It is. And boy, oh boy.
I'm going to be sleeping in next week with some Thanksgiving turkey in me. But coming up on the morning app, giving you the weather as well as talking about somebody in Black Friday lining up already and getting ready for the Black Friday holiday trend on the morning app.
And now back to your favorite morning talk show, The Morning App, on 90.5 WASU.
Welcome back to the show. It is 8:32 in the morning, and we are The Morning App, so thank you so much for joining us on this lovely Monday. Yeah. It's a little bit different than what I'm used to. I keep wanting to say like it's Wednesday, but how's the weather looking, Howie?
Man. Today the weather is around 44 degrees. It feels like 37 right now, so I don't know. It's a little up and down. It's going to be cold for the next couple of days, and it's going to get to maybe the 50s on Thursday. But tomorrow's going to be a high of 45 and low of 30. Sun and a little bit of cloud every now and then. So
no rain.
No rain right now.
That's nice.
No rain. It's just going to be a
Knock
little
on
cold. So we're getting into the mood, fall, going the weathered period, and I don't know. I know KK is really excited about that. Her Chicago self.
Oh, I'm thriving. I mean, this is my stuff. I love the cold, and I love the winter time and everything. Most people hate it, but I'm all about it.
See, man, I'm just not about it. That's just me. I'm not about it. Well, I am when it snows. If it snows and it's cold, it's fine. But if it's just cold and windy, then I'm mad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's funny? I feel like so many people were like, okay, I'm tired of being hot. Let's get down to winter. Like, I'm ready. And now that it's actually cold and windy and ready, but it's not snowing yet, people are like, oh, I hate this, blah, blah, blah.
Where's summer?
Yeah.
I miss summer.
I'm like, come on, guys. You were just asking for it.
I'm entitled to this weather. Where's my weather?
Like, bring it back.
Well, talking about changing your moods, after this conference, they used music and visuals a lot to trigger emotions. And it just got me thinking, why is it that music is such a powerful trigger for emotions? Like, think about it. When you're at a party, the kind of music you play totally changes the mood in the room. Or when you go to a jazz club or a coffee shop, or if you're rocking out at a rock concert, or if you're having a bad day, like, why do you think that is?
I always say that music makes reality. So, like, I always have I have so many playlists in advance for whatever mood I want to go for. Like, if it's raining outside and I put on jazz music, it makes the coolest scene. You kind of start to have like your own soundtrack almost.
Yeah.
But that's kind of interesting because music's a really big part of my life as far as like a hobby goes, and I've always tried to figure out like kind of a similar question because, for example, there are chords and there are certain scales that are sadder, and then there are certain scales and chords that are like happier, and I never really understood like why that is. Like why is it
we associate those feelings.
Yeah, like why when you play like a really high piano part and be in a sad movie, like why does that work? Why is it that when you play like a major chord, it's like, oh, it's time to like what I want.
Yeah.
It's a good question,
Yeah.
The psychology
and
on that.
Yeah, just music, whatever music that you like will somehow bring an emotion out of you, and also the stuff that you don't like. Like, for me in particular, I'm not a big fan of country music. I mean, I'll listen to it if it comes on. Like, there'll be some songs that I like from country, but other than that, I don't go and listen to it. But, I listen to rap and EDM and pop literally most of the time in rotation. And when I was at that concert in September, like, it was a totally different experience. It's like an emotional high that you can get that you can't beat. And that's what music brings out of you for whatever you like.
You know what's really interesting, though, too, and I learned this a few years ago, is that only humans and birds associate movement with music.
Really?
And you can teach it, like, another animal to dance when music is playing, but it's not because they naturally associate it with movement. So that's kind of weird. But, I mean, I do totally understand this music does make you vibe to a certain emotion, which is so bizarre, especially me. Like, I'm not even, like, super passionate about music. I mean, I really enjoy it, and it's a part of my everyday life, like most people, but I'm not passionate about it. But it still it has a huge impact on my life, and that's coming from somebody that listens to maybe, like a few hours a day of music, like nothing big, but...
There's definitely, like, formulas for, the vibe that you want. I think, like, pop music especially, like Taylor Swift especially, you can actually break down how she writes her songs, and it's pretty consistent. Like, she'll... in all of her verses, she usually sticks to the same note and the same rhythm to make it sound really repetitive, so that way your brain's gonna be like, oh, I can understand this, I like this. And so every time you hear, ooh, look what you made me do, like, it's always just like one really, it's boring to me, but like there's definitely formulas that they use and it works every single time.
The science behind is absolutely mind-boggling to me.
Taylor Swift is a scientist.
I mean, honestly, she is, because she just keeps making more music, and we all said hey, look what you made me do, but and we're singing it all the
I
time.
never said
No,
that.
I sing it all the time.
not on that train.
I sing it all the time, like, ooh, look what you made me. I'm like, why am I singing this?
It's
I
like,
hate
what?
Taylor Swift. What am I doing?
I'm too sexy for my shirt.
Oh
That's what I hear when I hear it.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not
like,
new enough.
EDM music specifically, I think, has such a strong like motion. You know, like the kind of like what you were talking about with scales and stuff. When you have a drop in a song, it's like the song physically takes your energy and it's bottling it up and it's building it up, and then when the drop happens, it's like.
See, I think that's because you like EDM music. I
But-
really don't think that goes for everybody.
Well, but even if you didn't like it, don't you think it would still give you a very strong like dislike towards it?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I know some people that are neutral about E EDM.
It's definitely got a rhythmic component that makes you like it forces you to kind of
It's like move
tap
around.
your
Like if
foot
you
or something.
actually
Yeah.
sit down and listen or stand up and listen to it, and you're around people who like EDM, I feel like it makes those who don't like it like it.
See, that's how I feel about rock.
Yeah,
I love rock music. Classic rock is my stuff. I mean,
Did you grow up listening to rock?
Yeah, my dad
Okay.
listened to it mostly in the car, I
Yeah.
guess. But yeah, so that's how I feel about rock music. I used to feel that way about EDM, but not so much anymore. I'm pretty indifferent about it. Now I'm on my 80s pop kick. That's a
Oh,
fun
yeah.
Good one.
Yes, she is. She's like, Howard, can you play some throwbacks for me? Literally all the time.
80s music is really good. It's really complicated stuff. It's good stuff.
Oh
really
yeah,
is.
very good.
And also talking about evoking emotion, Black Friday. Black Friday evokes a lot of emotion for people. Like you said earlier, that's where you see people's true colors
Oh, yeah.
when they see that TV. And one guy actually has already started camping out for Black Friday. He started camping out
crazy.
on Tuesday of last week.
Dad, is that you? Dad, get out of the line. Come on.
No.
So yeah, he's actually in Texas right now for Black Friday at Best Buy, and he is the first person that we know of so far that is in line for Black Friday.
where is the line? Because I thought technically it's not created yet. Like they haven't put up any markers for you to stand. Are you sleeping in a tent? How do the employees react to you?
Yeah, he's actually in a tent. He has a tent set up outside of Best Buy.
That's crazy. This man is wasting so much time. He could have gotten there, honestly, maybe Monday. Like Monday of Thanksgiving week, and he would still be the first. He's wasting 2 weeks in a tent.
You know what's
Yeah.
so sad is that that's his priority. Like everything with his life right now, the most important thing to him is buying that TV that he's willing to waste 2 full weeks of his life.
I hope
get
he's
a
getting
TV.
PTO for that.
I do appreciate the determination on
Yeah.
this guy. If anybody was like, hey, you're going up against this guy in anything, I'd be like, no.
And also,
Prep
they have
game.
Cyber Monday, Black Friday's getting
Yeah,
online now,
I shop
so-
online, dude.
Yeah.
I don't worry about that
What's the
stuff.
need? What's the point?
Hey, that's how I got to Europe over the summers because I got my tickets on Black Friday and I got them more than 50% off.
Right?
Well,
That's the only way I was able to make it.
you know, some people are passionate about Black Friday, some people are passionate about the holidays, but on the Morning App next, we will be talking about passion in love and relationships here on the Morning App. And now back to your favorite morning talk show, The Morning App, on 90.5 WASU.
90.5 WASU. It is 8:46 on this Monday morning. Monday is always here, but we are here with our favorite discussions. I know Kristen's favorite discussions. Which she loves talking about them. I say this every show, but she loves it. And she knows she does. She acts like she doesn't. But.
Oh, no, I love love. I love talking about love. I love talking about relationships. This is the good stuff.
Yeah,
this is the juicy stuff.
The juicy juice.
Well, I got an interesting thought. I mean, it's something that I'm pretty sure all of us have thought about, but it's pretty much about long distance relationships. Because I've got some friends that are working internationally, and they, one of them lives in Brazil, and his girlfriend lives in the U.S., for example.
Wow.
Luckily, he's going to be home like next year, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
But it just got me thinking because, you know, in college, we're all in places where we're like probably getting into serious relationships, but it's also a thing of like, you know, because the competition is so high for getting jobs and stuff, it's likely that you might end up moving away.
Change, yeah.
So what are your thoughts on long distance relationships, you know?
Oh, somebody here knows a thing or two about that one.
Yeah, well, you...
Yeah, I am currently in a long-distance relationship, but I don't know if I could say it's long-distance. We are not international. You know, currently he is in Texas traveling for work because he has a big boy job. But, I mean, we are an hour and 45 minutes apart. Like, that's technically, I would consider that long-distance, but it's really not difficult to see each other. We try to see each other every single weekend because I've done long-distance in the past, and it's hard. And I told myself I would never do it again. But then you meet these people and they grow on you and you're like, yeah, we can do it. So, you know, it's definitely very, very difficult. And each long distance relationship is different. You encounter different problems. You encounter different ways to work around the stuff that's really, really difficult. But, you know, I think in the end, if you really do see yourself, you have to want it. Like, you can't kind of want it.
Yeah.
You can't, oh, yeah, I see myself with him for, you know, a good amount of time. No, it's I see myself with him for a long time. You know, you can't have guesses.
Right.
In a long distance.
I remember him saying, like, this is a person I could potentially, like, I see this person as being a great mother. I see this person as, like, all of this stuff. So, like, that's something worth, like, holding on to. And they talked about it, and then they're making it work, and they're almost done, you know? And it's going to pay off once they, you know, finally get back together.
I definitely feel like if you can make it through a long-distance relationship at some point in the relationship, it just makes it so much stronger.
I couldn't do long distance for more than a year. I think that's about all I could give because it's really emotionally tiring. It is, and it takes a lot of your time. But also going off of that though, you do have to really want it, you know. But you know, if you want it, you'll make it work.
Just can't be casual.
Yeah, I met somebody at the conference who was in a long distance relationship where his girlfriend was a flight attendant. So she's traveling the world, and he lives in Florida. He goes, we only see each other once a month. So 12 times a year. That's not even a total of 2 weeks out of the year you see each other. And, you know, he was like, why it works for us is that I'm doing what I love to do. She's doing what she loves to do. We're so happy that we're happy for each other. And that's why it works for them. And I looked at him and I was like, you know, I understand that, but I feel like for me, I know my love language, and my love language is definitely, you know, touching and just being able to have compassion, and I physically want to be able to show you how much I care about you, like holding hands and giving you a hug and all that stuff. And so for me, I don't think I could do it because I definitely feel like, especially long distance, I kind of, you know, I've been traveling and I was gone for 5 days, which is not long distance at all. But it was hard because it's like the whole time I was there, I was thinking of him. Yeah. And I wasn't fully present in what I was doing. And so I feel like it's almost a what's the word I'm trying to think of? It's like it doesn't do good for me or him because, you know, my focus needs to be where I'm at in the present when I'm only focusing on something that I don't have because I want it so bad.
But I will say this, though, is that I think long distance, you know, it's not always great. It does have its downtimes, but there is something about missing each other that makes time together so much more amazing. I mean, once you have that time apart, you realize every little thing about that person that you love.
Right, you won't take it for granted.
No, and then your time together is amazing. It feels like bliss. It feels like heaven. It feels like an escape, a vacation, and you're really just at home
It's like
with
10
him.
times stronger, yeah.
Yeah, it really is. It's a unique feeling, and it's weird. But you do find like little ways around long distance. So I mean, I guess maybe for international that would be harder. But like, we'll try to leave each other something physical of ours. That way they can like hold on to it. We'll, Skype is a great thing. Honestly,
Yeah.
long distance has never been easier. We are blessed
True.
to live in an age of technology.
very true.
Long distance 20 years ago, absolutely not. I could not do that.
Writing letters, that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
And then go to the payphone to talk to them.
Yikes.
That'd be tough.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was in a position where I was going to do a long distance relationship once, but I don't think I could do it. I don't know if I could do it. It just depends on who it is. Maybe if they're like from my hometown, I can do it. But if it's a long ways away, I couldn't do it.
I think I would have to truly be in love with someone before I could do a long distance relationship.
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
110%.
Absolutely.
Because-
you can't be at 99% and do long
Yeah.
distance.
I think I would do long distance for them if I had to do it. Or
that's
for
not-
myself.
Yeah.
But that's hard.
But like in the end, you should not be doing long distance for him. You should not be doing long distance for you. You should be doing it for you two together. It should be a
True.
us thing. It's
Yeah.
110% a team game here. Like you cannot be like you have independent time and you are an individual, but when it comes to that relationship, you have to be a team partner and you have to meet him exactly in the middle. Like if somebody is not coming all the way, it's just
Yeah.
going to make long distance harder. So
Wow.
it's my little rant on long
Look
distance.
at you. You know what? Also, I realized I'm the only person that is single on this show today.
Oh no.
Lol.
This is the first. This is the first.
Actually, this is the first time in 7 years I can't say that too. So I understand
Look at you right
you.
here,
I
fist
understand you.
Awesome.
You will get there.
We'll get there.
But Howie, there's perks of being single.
Yeah,
You
there
know
is.
there are.
There's some perks.
You get to work on yourself, your
Yeah.
work. You get to fully invest in, work or homework or anything like that. Whatever you want to fully invest in, you can do that.
That's important if you're going to be in a relationship later.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
To have your stuff
You
together.
gotta have that
That's
stuff down.
And you can be selfish. There's not many times in your life where it's okay to be selfish. And I think when you're single, that is the one time you need to be 110% selfish and do the things you want to do. Travel by yourself, go to concerts, do these things that, honestly, when you're in a relationship, it might not be ideally the best thing for you to be doing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And you're saving a ton of money.
Hey,
This
You
is
are saving
true.
so much money.
Oh, well, that's terrifying.
Dating is expensive.
Yeah, because you go out on dates a lot. Go
Yeah.
out to eat,
True.
go to the movies, go somewhere.
And if you're in a long distance, gas to get to the other person, it takes a toll on your pocket.
Yeah, that's
It really does.
that tank's gonna be on E all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're saving money and you get to spend time for yourself. Have you ever just had a treat yourself day, Howie?
I do that every day. Because I go home and I play video games and that's it. And I treat myself. And I get some
Nice.
food and that's
Nice.
it. So I consider every day a treat myself day.
That's good, man.
Is there anything that you can think of that, you want to do so bad that if you were in a relationship, it might change that?
I think traveling more. I do want to go out to travel because this year is the most traveling I've ever done in a year. I've been to Atlanta, I've been to LA, I've been to
Colorado.
Denver. Yeah, so I've
Dang.
done way more traveling this year than I ever did in my life. So I want to do some more traveling, but
Yeah. I'm really lucky I found a guy that wants to travel to the same places as I do. So luckily we're just working on the money part.
Yeah.
That's the
Working
best.
on the
he
$1
wants to
million
go-
lottery.
He
That's
wants to
all.
go to a goat farm in Idaho or somewhere.
No, not Idaho.
See the
What
world's
does Idaho
biggest
have to
yarn.
offer?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I will be a farmer out west.
Hey,
I will
I'll
own a
come
goat
visit.
farm.
I'll come visit.
Yeah, it'll be a
Excuse to
cute little
travel.
getaway farm with goats that you can cuddle. Like it'll be a vacation spot for you.
Oh,
it'd be in
I'm so
Colorado.
down. I'm so down.
Well, KK is going to travel with her mans to Colorado and have a goat farm. But on Wednesday, we'll be back on the morning app. Dovidas will be back one more time. Hope you enjoy your Monday.